Welcome to Zoe Stories. Mom's magic perfume turned me into her glamorous daughter. I never thought I'd keep secrets from Emma. She was my first real girlfriend, not just someone I dated, but someone I trusted. Someone who made me feel seen in ways I didn't even know I needed. But the truth is, even she didn't know everything about me. My name is Noah, and from the outside, I was your average 23-year-old guy. Quiet, responsible, and maybe a bit too soft-spoken for my own good. I worked part-time at a marketing firm and spent most of my evenings gaming, scrolling, or trying to write half-finished stories I never dared to share. Nothing about me screamed risk-taker. I never broke rules, never made a scene, never tried to stand out. Except for one thing. Ever since I was a teenager, I'd felt this strange pull toward femininity. Not just curiosity, not just wonder, but a desire so intense it would leave me breathless. My mom was a glamorous woman, always polished, always elegant. Her closet was like a fantasy world. Velvet dresses, satin heels, pearl earrings, silky robes. I used to sneak into her room when she wasn't home, running my fingers along the soft fabrics, imagining what it would feel like to become someone else. To become her daughter. Of course, I never said this out loud. Not to my friends. Not to Emma. Not even to myself most days. I buried it deep, only letting it surface in private moments when I was absolutely certain no one would catch me. I told myself it was just a phase, that everyone had weird urges sometimes. But even after I moved out and started living with Emma, that part of me didn't go away. In fact, it grew louder. Our apartment was small but cozy. Emma had filled it with soft blankets and scented candles, making it feel more like a home than anywhere I'd lived before. She worked as a stylist at a high-end salon, sharp, driven, always put together. She loved fashion and makeup, and often joked that I was too plain and needed a glow-up. I'd laugh along, pretending I didn't want exactly that, to be pampered, styled, seen. She once said, "If you ever let me do a full makeover on you, I swear you'd be prettier than me." I laughed. She thought it was a joke. But it wasn't. That comment stuck with me longer than I'd admit. Every time I watched her glide through the apartment in her heels, or caught the smell of her floral perfume on my pillowcase, something inside me stirred. A hunger. A longing. And then came that night. Emma was working late. A bridal trial for a picky client, she said. She wouldn't be home until midnight. I had the apartment all to myself. And for some reason, I couldn't resist anymore. I found myself wandering into our shared bathroom, staring at the collection of makeup she'd left on the counter. Lip gloss, foundation, eyeliner, lashes. Each item felt like a key, a forbidden object meant for someone else. But not tonight. Tonight, they were for me. I opened her closet and paused in front of her dresses, running my hand across a pale pink slip that shimmered under the light. It looked delicate, feminine, perfect. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. That's when I saw it. The perfume. It wasn't just any perfume, it was my mom's perfume. The same one she used to wear when I was a child, the one she'd dab on her neck before leaving for parties, her earrings glittering, her voice like silk. I hadn't seen that bottle in years. How did it get here? It sat on Emma's vanity, elegant and untouched, as if waiting for me. Floral Enchanted. The name danced on the glass like a whisper. I reached for it, uncapped it, and inhaled. A rush hit me, like nostalgia and electricity all at once. The scent was intoxicating, familiar, magic. I couldn't explain it, but I felt something shift in that moment, deep inside. Like the perfume was calling out a version of me I had kept hidden all my life. The version I was always meant to be. I didn't know it then, but that perfume, it wasn't ordinary. It was enchanted. And the moment it touched my skin, my life began to change forever. The moment the perfume touched my skin, I felt warmer. Not just on the surface, but deep inside. Like something soft had wrapped itself around me. I blinked at the mirror, expecting nothing, but my skin already looked smoother. Glowing. I thought maybe it was the lighting or the perfume's oil catching the light. But then my cheekbones looked sharper. I leaned closer. What the? My eyes weren't playing tricks on me. My face was subtly changing. Softer jaw. Fuller lips. Eyelashes longer than I remembered. My breath hitched. I staggered backward and stared at the bottle. This couldn't be real. I picked up the bottle again, hands trembling. It didn't say anything unusual, just the elegant gold lettering and a faint shimmer swirling inside the glass. But it felt like it was watching me. I should have stopped there. I didn't. Something inside me, curiosity, defiance, desire, whispered, "Go further." I grabbed the pale pink slip dress from Emma's closet. I had admired it in secret 100 times. Silky, body-hugging, with delicate lace across the bust. It had always been off-limits. Taboo. But tonight, everything felt different. I slid it off the hanger and pressed it against my chest. The fabric whispered down my skin as I stepped into it. It hugged my waist, clung to my chest, flowed down my thighs like water. My reflection was changing again. My chest, was it fuller? My hips, cavia? Was I imagining things? But when I looked down, the body I saw wasn't mine. Not exactly. It was me as her. A softer, feminine version of me. Beautiful. Untouchable. Unbelievable. My breath shook. What is this? I turned slowly in the mirror. My hands slid across my waist, tracing the smooth silhouette. The feeling of silk, the soft curve of my hips, the weight of the dress, it was overwhelming. I felt exposed and powerful at the same time. My heart was thudding. My lips parted. I needed to see more. I went to Emma's vanity, sat down carefully, and reached for her makeup bag. Lipstick first, a soft rose color. My hands were shaking, but somehow, I knew what to do. As if the perfume had awakened instincts I never knew I had. The lipstick glided on perfectly. Then the foundation. Blush. Liner. I had never done this before, but my hands moved like they remembered. By the time I put on her earrings and fluffed a wavy brunette wig from the drawer, I barely recognized the person staring back. Noah was gone. She was glowing. She was beautiful. She was me. I blinked back sudden tears. This wasn't just a thrill anymore. It felt right. But then a sound. My heart stopped. The front door. A click. My breath caught in my throat. Had Emma come home early? I darted to the hallway and peeked. No. Just the wind slamming a loose shutter against the balcony. I exhaled hard, grabbing the wall to steady myself. But now, the fear had settled in. What if she did come back? What if she walked in and saw me like this? What would she say? What would she do? Would she laugh? Cry? Leave? I backed into the bedroom, heels clicking softly on the hardwood. Yes, heels. I had slipped them on without even realizing it. A blush pink pair with a gold buckle, maybe 4 inches high. I could barely walk, but it felt like floating. I stared at my reflection again. I should take it all off. Wash my face. Change back. Hide everything before it's too late. But I didn't move. Instead, I turned. I posed. I smiled. And then, I twirled. The dress flared, catching the air, fluttering like petals. I laughed. A real, breathless laugh. I hadn't felt this alive in years. Maybe ever. It was as if the perfume wasn't just changing my body. It was peeling away the fear, the guilt, the shame. I felt free. But freedom had a cost. My phone buzzed. Emma. Hey babe. Just finished. Heading home in 20. My stomach dropped. I looked at the clock. 20 minutes. My fingers fumbled, scrambling to unzip the dress. But it clung to me like it didn't want to leave. The zipper refused to budge. I tried again. Nothing. Panic gripped my throat. I ran to the bathroom, grabbed a towel, tried to blot the perfume off my neck. But the scent didn't fade. It grew stronger. Sweeter. Almost possessive. Please, I whispered to the mirror. Let me change back. And then a shimmer. Right there in the mirror. My eyes widened. My reflection smiled. Even though I wasn't smiling, I stumbled back. That wasn't just me anymore. It was her, the version of me the perfume had created. confident, feminine, powerful, and she didn't want to go away. I collapsed onto the bed, clutching the dress, trying to calm my breath. Outside, a car door slammed. Emma was home. I was still fully dressed. Makeup perfect. Hair flawless. Perfume lingering like a ghost. The heels were still on my feet. The zipper wouldn't move. And the clock was ticking. I froze. Emma's key turned in the lock. The deadbolt clicked. The door creaked open. I couldn't breathe. Footsteps. Soft. Familiar. Growing louder. She was home. Early. I darted toward the bathroom. My heels betrayed me. Clack clack against the hardwood. I winced. Why hadn't I taken them off? I yanked the bathroom door shut and flicked off the lights, holding my breath in the dark. My heart pounded in my ears. Babe. Emma called. You awake? I didn't answer. I stared at my reflection in the mirror, the faint light from the hallway catching the outline of my transformed face. My lips were still painted soft rose. My cheeks blushed and glowing. My body wrapped in pink silk and lace. I didn't look like Noah. Not even close. Maybe he's asleep, she murmured from the hallway. I heard her put her bag down. Keys clinked. Her heels kicked off. Then, silence. I exhaled slowly, quietly. And then, knock knock. A gentle tap on the bathroom door. You okay in there? I swallowed. Why, yeah, I said. My voice cracked. Too high. Too soft. Not mine. She hesitated. Are you sick? I tried again. I'm fine. Just stomach thing. Be out in a sec. Okay, she said, still sounding suspicious. I heard her shuffle off toward the kitchen. I turned back to the mirror. This was getting worse. Or better? I didn't know anymore. Because even as panic roared in my chest, something else was bubbling underneath. Something I couldn't deny. I looked beautiful. Not just pretty for a guy in a dress. Beautiful. Feminine. Elegant. The perfume wasn't just transforming my body, it was transforming my spirit. I felt it in the way I stood. The tilt of my hips. The softness of my lips. The flutter in my chest when I touched my face. A tear slipped down my cheek. Who was I now? Tap. 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 Another knock. Can I come in? Emma asked, her voice soft. My breath hitched. And not right now, I said. Another pause. Then, did you use my perfume? Silence. I stared at the bottle on the counter. The shimmering glass pulsed faintly, like it was breathing. I whispered, yes. What? Yeah. I did. I heard the surprise in her voice, even through the door. Huh. That's weird. I thought I left that bottle in my storage box. Did you? Wait. Where did you find it? I didn't answer. My hand hovered over the bottle. It was glowing now. Not faintly, brightly. Soft pink light pulsing like a heartbeat. I blinked. My hand reached for it again, almost against my will. Noah, she called. What's going on? I stepped back into the hallway. She turned and froze. Her eyes widened. Her lips parted. She looked at me, head to toe, and didn't say a word. I opened my mouth to explain. To lie. To laugh. To apologize. But instead, Emma, I whispered, I don't know who I am anymore. Her brows furrowed. What are you wearing? I looked down. The pink dress shimmered in the hallway light. My figure was unmistakably feminine. My hands delicate. My hair in soft curls. My voice breathy. Not Noah's. I didn't mean for this to happen, I said, voice trembling. Her eyes locked onto mine. That's my dress. I know. My heels. I know. She stepped closer. And my perfume? I nodded. She stared at the bottle glowing on the counter. That's not a normal bottle, is it? I shook my head. I don't know what's happening, Emma. I swear I didn't mean. Turn around, she whispered. What? Let me see. I slowly turned. She gasped. And then something unexpected. She stepped forward and touched my hair. Soft. Gentle. Almost reverent. You're beautiful, she whispered. I felt myself tremble. I don't want to lie to you, I said. She tilted my chin up. Then don't. Tears filled my eyes. I've always wondered what it would be like to be like this, to feel like this. And now, I'm scared. She looked me over. You don't look scared. You look radiant. I laughed bitterly. Because it's not just makeup and perfume. It's me. It's who I am when no one's looking. But now you're looking. A long silence. Then, I never expected this. Me either. She glanced at the bottle. It's magic. I know. Is it permanent? I don't know. Do you want it to be? My breath caught. Do I? Before I could answer. Crash. The perfume bottle exploded behind us, a burst of glowing mist filling the hallway. Emma screamed. We both ducked. The air shimmered pink and gold. And then, darkness. I woke up on the bedroom floor. My head was pounding. Emma was sitting nearby, wide-eyed. The perfume bottle was gone. No fragments. No scent. No proof. I sat up. Everything felt off. My body. My mind. My voice. Emma looked at me. Noah, she whispered. I blinked. My reflection in the mirror across the room shimmered. And it wasn't Noah who looked back. It was her. Still dressed. Still made up. Still glowing. But something deeper had changed. Something permanent. The light faded. The mist was gone. So was the perfume bottle. I looked at Emma, wide-eyed, breathless, waiting for her to say something that would undo everything. A joke. A laugh. Even a scream. But she didn't move. She just stared. Noah, or are you still Noah? She asked softly. I turned slowly toward the full-length mirror. And my heart stopped. I wasn't wearing the wig anymore. But long, wavy brunette hair now framed my face. Real hair. My eyes sparkled with faint pink flecks that hadn't been there before. My cheekbones were sharper. My figure? Feminine. Hourglass. Natural. My voice cracked. Emma? She stood up, cautiously walking over. This isn't just a game, is it? I shook my head. I don't think I can change back. Emma pressed a trembling hand to my cheek. You look like someone I've never met, but also someone I've known all along. I don't feel like myself, I whispered. She hesitated. Or maybe you finally do. I blinked, eyes burning. I didn't mean for this to happen. It was supposed to be one night. Just for fun. Just to feel pretty. Just to escape. She brushed a lock of hair behind my ear. You're pretty. That should have comforted me. It didn't. Because I didn't know what I was supposed to do next. Was I supposed to live like this? Could I? Did I even have a choice? My legs gave out and I collapsed onto the bed. Emma sat beside me, silent. Thoughtful. Finally, she asked, What are you going to tell people? I don't know. My job, my friends, my family, they'd never understand. She nodded. Do you understand? I stared at my painted nails. I don't know who I am anymore. Emma reached for the small gold chain on my neck. A pendant I didn't remember putting on. Her fingers trembled. I think this perfume didn't just change your body, she said. It's changing your soul. I swallowed hard. But why me? I don't know. She paused. Or maybe it chose you because you've always been her. I couldn't hold back the tears anymore. And then a knock at the door. Both of us froze. 3 hard knocks. We looked at each other, stunned. Emma whispered, Who would come here this late? My mind raced. No one knew. No one saw. No one could have known what happened. Right? Another knock. Then a voice. Hello? I think you've found something that belongs to me. The voice was female. Smooth. Elegant. Familiar in a strange, bone-deep way. Emma clutched my hand. That perfume. I nodded. The voice continued. You opened something. A gift. But gifts come with a price. I bolted upright. My heart thundered. Who are you? A pause. Then, I'm the one who wore it first. My breath caught. I turned to Emma, pale. My mom,